into the stadium. The stands look almost completely full now, and people are lined up on the fence.
All right, the first play of the second half goes to Landon Blanton. He goes left-hand side. He looks to maybe pick up one, if that. So about second down. Give him 9.5. 11:30 here, again, starting the second half as Carson Jenkins does come to the ball game. He'll replace Blanton. Luke Reed with the play. Abingdon is in a 5-man front. Looks like about a 52. Actually, they've walked another guy up. They're in a 6-2 now. They're playing man up on the outside as they're going to give it, and it's going to be a cross play. Gives it to Levi Roten. Roten's got it. He's up. He's gone to the 40, the 45, all the way up to the 48-yard line. It was a double handoff. They give it to Blanton, and they give it to Jenkins, and he gave it to Roten. He shot up the middle, and again, that was about 10, 20, 28 yards. First down and 10, Gate City on the 49-yard line. Great play to open up the second half. 10:50 clock runs. Gate City down by 7 as they're right in front of us here. It's a 2-back set, wing to the right, split to the right. And Reed's got the snap and gives it to Landon Blanton once again. He comes around the left-hand side. He's going to run He runs roughshod, over the Abingdon players. He gets down to about the 45-yard line of Abingdon. He's going to be stopped there by Jake Johnson. Also in on the play was number 12, Walter Wood.
Joe, Gate City is doing a fantastic job of just smashing Abingdon in the mouth right now, and they're able to push that line, get that surge, and they're just clicking the yards off.
Split to the left, 2-back set to the right as he's going to give it to Blanton once again. He rushes up from the 46 all the way down to about the 38-yard line. Give him 8 yards and give him another Gate City first down. Gate City committing to the run, starting off the second half. Clock runs under 10 minutes now, 9:55. Blanton comes out as Carson Jenkins comes in. Abingdon starting to walk their guys up. They've jumped into a 6-2 front here in the second half. And they're playing man on John Sally off to the right. Again, 1-back set this time. Motion goes. They're going to give it to Jenkins to the right-hand side, and he's going to be stuffed in the backfield. Great play by number 44. That's Eli Radcliffe for the Falcons. Loss of about 2 yards on the play. 9:20 left in the quarter. Abingdon leads 21-14. Michael Calhoun makes his first appearance on offense in the second half as Logan Tomlinson comes off to the side. Luke Reed's got the play, goes in, and we'll see what they dial up for second down and 12. Again, they had the double handoff, that got them out to midfield. We'll see if they come up with some little razzle-dazzle here. Split to the left-hand side, motion to the right as there's going to be a pass. He's going to throw it, and he's got it out to Calhoun. Calhoun all the way down to the 32-yard line, and the first flag of the night is going to come out. That's going to be roughing the passer on number 71, Dylan Hale. Abingdon really has kind of pushed it with these referees. They've been talking to them every play. And it's going to be personal foul. Roughing the passer against the Falcons. Give them 15 more. And all of a sudden, the Gate City drive that started on the 23 is now in the red zone.
Gate City's looking really crisp right now. They've come out with a game play for halftime, and so far it's working for them. They still trail, though, 21-14 with 8:44 to go in the third.
17-yard line, the ball is marked as Gate City breaks the huddle. 2 tight ends. And Reed goes back into the shotgun. Powers to the right-hand side. They've got Calhoun to the right. And there's going to be motion on the play. One good turn deserves another, I guess. Flag on Abingdon for the first one of the night. And then Gate City picks up a motion penalty. 1st and 15 now. That will start. They'll start this play on the 22-yard line.
There was some kind of miscommunication there. 3 Gate City players all moved at the same time.
And I don't know if the one was the motion or they were going to shift off of it, but again, too many in motion. As this time it will be, they're in their their two-back set, to the right-hand side, and they've got motion to Levi Roten. They're going to give it to Blanton up the middle. He goes up, and he's going to get about 2 yards, but there's a fumble on the play, and Gate City jumps back on it. Luke Reed recovers, and they're going backwards now.
Joe, there was almost really 2 fumbles on that. Gate City fumbled it, then it was recovered by River Carter for Abingdon, and then he fumbled it, and Gate City was able to fall back on it.
Everything happened within about half a second, and all of a sudden now the Gate City, it was on the 17. They're now back on their own, or on the 24-yard line. 2nd down and 17. Gate City is in the shotgun this time as he's going to give it to Carson Jenkins, who runs to the right. And he makes a great move, and he almost broke it. River Carter got him by a shoestring on the 18-yard line, so he's back up almost to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd down and 11. Chris, we talked about at halftime the importance of the kicking game. You know, opportunity here not to force anything for a turnover and possibly get some points out of this first drive.
Well, Gate City has really kind of shot themselves in the foot twice on this drive. Let's see if they can convert here. It's 3rd and 11.
As this time you've got a split out to the right. That's going to be Landon Blanton. Carson Jenkins comes left. They're playing isolation on him. One-on-one. There's no help as Reed's going to throw it, and he's going to throw it across the middle, and it's down to John Sally for a touchdown. Touchdown, Big Blue. Sally ran the seam route. He got behind the linebackers. When they split the 2 on the wide side, they were one-on-one, and John Sally, the 6'5" frame, took advantage, and Gate City goes in the end zone. It's 21-20, 6:35 left here in the 3rd quarter.
Sally was hit and stood up at the 2-yard line. He used that length to his advantage and fell across the goal line.
He used that size. He sort of posted up on that safety. It was one-on-one action. Great call as he went up the seam and was right there for the touchdown as Levi Roten, and there's going to be a flag on the play. Motion on Gate City.
Joe, let's not forget to make mention of the fact, too, that was a laser thrown by Luke Reed there straight into Sally's hands. I thought for a second it was knocked down by the Abingdon defender. Then he came up with it.
Abingdon has dared Gate City to throw the ball. They've played that 6-2 front all this half, and again went one-on-one all the way around, and they made them pay. 6:35 left as the extra point now comes from the 15-yard line. So a 25-yard attempt, and the kick is up, and it is no good. We talked about the kicking game, how important was those 5 yards to back them up. So 6:35 left here in the quarter. Gate City is cut into the lead. Abingdon still has the lead, but it's 21-20. As looks like Greenville at halftime now. The clock has run all the way. You got a couple scores coming through?
Yeah, it's 42-0 now, Greenville over Union County. And Hurley has scored again. They're up 24-0 over Rye Cove. Ridgeview is kind of stretching this game out now over Shelby Valley. They're up 42-12.
And Adkins has 7,214 yards probably at this point. So, big scoring drive there. Again, great play. A great play. Again, he ran up the seam and got on the safety. It was one-on-one. And as you said, Reed delivered a great pass. But the motion penalty backed him up 5. If they would have been kicking from the original spot, that would have been good because he just missed it to the left-hand side by about a half a yard. He missed the upright. So
I think that was Reed's best pass I've seen him throw this year. It was on the money, and Sally never had to break stride.
Well, he was able to step into it. You know, a lot of these plays he's been throwing off his back foot. He was able to step and throw. The maturation of him as a junior is important. As Luke Reed will kick off this time, and it's going to go to River Carter. He's going to get it about the 16-yard line, and he's going to bring it up. He's past the 30. He's all the way up to the 38-yard line. Great play, great stick there by Luke Reed. Also in on the play was Jacob Strong and John Sally. Again, the touchdown hero there just a moment ago. So 21-20, Abingdon with the lead. Their first offensive possession here in the second half.
Really super quickly, just finally got an update from down in Cosby. Sullivan North has come from behind once again. They lead Cosby now 39-10.
They must have scored that 31-point touchdown that we've missed. Okay, two receivers to the left, one to the right for Abington. Again, Lucas in the backfield as they're going to give it to the big man, and he's going to go rumbling and stumbling up through there at about 5, 6, 7 yards. Jacob Strong in on that tackle for Gate City. Also, Ethan Fleming was in there as well, and also in on the play was Easton Castle. So, second down and about 2 this time for Abington. The quarterback is still number 14, Jaden Booth, 6 foot, 160-pound senior, and he will be flanked to the right-hand side by Martin Lucas, 6'3", 223-pound junior. Power to the left-hand side, but they're going to have motion coming this way. They're going to shift it. Power to the right-hand side, and Lucas is going to go left. He's going to change direction, go right-hand side, and Gate City corralled him. Great play. Landon Blanton stayed at home. Logan Tomlinson gave him support. He went left. They turned the ball play back in, and he had nowhere to go. The Blue Devils make Lucas lose about a yard. Third down and 3 for Abington.
So, with Lucas in there like that, he reminds me a lot, actually, of Calhoun, kind of giving Gate City a taste of their own medicine.
2 wide receivers to the left-hand side. The tight end goes left, and they're going to stop him. Big play for Gate City. Michael Calhoun, speaking of which.
Maybe he took offense to that statement.
Took Lucas by himself and almost WWE wrestling.
Michael, I apologize.
So, Gate City with a big stop there on the 45-yard line. It's 4th down and 3 as the punting team for Abington comes onto the field for the first time tonight. Going back for Gate City will be number 2, Levi Roten, and number 11, Carson Jenkins.
Joe, I would almost watch for a fake here.
Yes, indeed.
My spidey sense is tingling. This will be a good spot for it. It's 4th and 3. Looks like Abingdon is going to punt, though.
Kick is up, and it's a high, wobbly punt. Carson Jenkins got on the 21, and he's got to break it to the 30, up to the 34, 35-yard line, and goes out of bounds.
It's about a 36-yard punt, decent. But Gate City's going to have pretty good field position to start their second drive of the second half.
4:01 left. Ball will be placed on about the 35-yard line. Gate City scored on the first drive, missed the extra point. 21-20 Abingdon. Another nail-biting game. It's been a lot of fun, though. Two good football teams going at it. All right, so Abington's still in that 6-man front. They are daring Gate City to try to throw it. They're playing one-on-one up top with Sally. Here comes motion left-hand side. They're going to give it to Levi Roten, and Roten is tackled and taken down for about a loss of almost 5 yards.
He kind of hesitated there. I think he was waiting for the hole to open up, and instead the hole collapsed, and the Abington linemen were able to get back there and hit him for, it looks like about a 3-yard loss.
And again, Abington, which they started off the game at a 52, but they've walked another man up. They're playing 8 in the box, daring them to throw it, as there's going to be a 3 men in the backfield. They're going to give it to Blanton this time. He's got the football, and he's got it around the 35-yard line. He's going to pick up what Roten basically lost on the first play and maybe a little bit more. They've got it up to about the 38-yard line. So give him a run of about
I credited him with about 5 on that.
I would have given him more. As you know, Chris, we mentioned Abington, they didn't play much in the third and fourth quarter last week. Now we're starting to get a little bit of cramping for the Falcons as they've got a player down. I think that's going to be number 3, Jake Johnson. And it's a big third down here. 3:04 left in the third quarter. Abington leads 21-20.
I'd really like to see Gate City maintain the drive here, but I think they're going to have to, perhaps on this, go back to their passing game. It was really effective on the last drive. I think it kind of caught Abington unawares, and they were able to convert the touchdown on that. But I think they're going to have to pull out some kind of trickery here. It's going to be 3rd down and about 7.
Well, as we mentioned, they're staying in that 8-man front, or they're 8 in the box basically, and that safety is keeps creeping up. They're daring them to